So I may have made an error. It's very crowded, very hectic. Did manage to get separated from the group. I don't have cell service.
I'm working on my foreign voice.
Hello from busy, noisy JFK Airport here in New York City. My name is Claire Hawkins. I'm a traveling singer-songwriter, and today marks the start of my next big adventure abroad. Arguably, maybe my biggest adventure yet. The very first leg of this trip is a layover in Istanbul. We are going to be testing out the Tour Istanbul free layover program. I don't yet know what to expect, so you and I are going to find out together, is this program really worth it?
I've been sitting on a highway, watching cars go by, thinking living in the fast lane could have kept me from hitting rewind.
One 10-hour flight later, and I'm here in Turkey. All right, I've already learned a few things that might be helpful to know if you're trying to do this same layover program. You can find the Tour Istanbul information desk inside the airport across from international transfers. The woman working here was super helpful. She explained to me that there are two tour options that I could do today. One is a walking tour and the other is a cruise. Both sound amazing, but I've been sitting down for 10 hours, so I want to do the walking tour. All of the tour options are totally free, but you do have to register. I think there is a way that you can register in advance, but I didn't, and I was told that all I need to do is make my way out of security over to the Tour Istanbul registration office and register there up to 30 minutes before the start of the tour. One thing that I think is good to note is that the Wi-Fi situation in Istanbul Airport is a little different from most airports that I have personally traveled to. Normally, I feel like it's very easy to just immediately connect, as soon as you get off the plane. Things are a little different here. You do have to go to a Wi-Fi kiosk and get a particular login. And I think that you only get 1 hour of Wi-Fi. Just good to know to sort of maybe plan for not having cell service or Wi-Fi right away. So I may have made an error. I did not expect the passport line to be so long, and it unfortunately was. So I don't know if I'm gonna get there in time to register for this walking tour, but luckily there is one other option if that one doesn't work out. That's 2 hours from now. But currently I am booking it through baggage claim. At the very last minute, I did in fact make it onto the bus tour. I am rushing now, being escorted. I think I'm the last one on the bus. Turns out that registration time of half an hour before the tour is very real. So do not be late. I just got lucky that they were very kind to make an exception for me. So half an hour before your tour.
Oh, these hands of mine, how they tell the time. All alone, sometimes I slipped away. And as I moved around, I swore I liked the sound, but I just can't get myself to say the name.
We got off the bus, so we are now officially here in Istanbul. The ride in from the airport was about an hour long. It was nice and easy, and now we are here at our first stop of the walking tour. I will say, I don't feel like we're learning too much just yet from the sort of tour guide aspect, but just being here at all is so incredible, and the fact that it's free is really just unbelievable. You can see this beautiful mosque behind me, and right across from it is the university. This university was actually the first university built by the Ottoman Empire. We've only just gone around the corner to our next stop, which is right here. It is a book market. It makes sense to have a book market right near the university. I'm pretty sure our tour guide said that is why it's here.
A lot of things can feel like summer. Blue skies, a warm rain.
This market is so beautiful, and I love how it's covered. There's tree branches over top.
It's so easy to hold on to what you know is gonna change.
It's very crowded, very hectic, but we're about to head into the Grand Bazaar.
All these hands of mine, how they tell the time. All alone, sometimes I slipped away.
So we're walking through the Grand Bazaar right now, and while it is definitely very hectic and full of people, it feels really clean and safe and commercial, like almost like a mall, which is kind of weird to say because it's also beautiful. I mean, the painted ceilings are gorgeous, and there's a lot of really, really cool energy here. It's just a very interesting place to be.
And as I moved around, I swore I liked the sound, but I just can't get myself to say the name.
We just left the Grand Bazaar, and it's time for the call to prayer, which I'm sure you can hear. It's so cool. You can hear it in surround sound from different mosques. A very cool thing to experience.
When were you out of the blue, and how did you stay?
So I will say I did manage to get separated from the group. However, it's not a big deal. We did set a meeting point, which is also nice because the tour guide gave us the option if you just wanted to go do your own thing and just meet back up with the tour at 7:30, you could do that. So I don't have cell service, nor do I know exactly where I'm going, but I'm not worried about it. It's gonna be great.
'Cause I've been strong, but this moving on has guided me astray.
The sun has gone down, it is officially nighttime, and I feel like we've squeezed so much into this couple of hours. I was gonna say one day. It's been about 4 hours. I'm about to meet back up with the tour group, and we are going to head to dinner, which I feel very ready for. But first, I want to point out two very beautiful mosques behind and across from me. Behind me is the very famous Hagia Sophia, and across from me is the Blue Mosque, which is all lit up right now. They both are so beautiful, and I definitely need to come back to visit both of them.
And it's taken me away. Yeah, all these hands of mine, how they tell the time. All alone, sometimes I slipped away. And as I moved around, I swore I liked the sound, but I just can't get myself to say the name.
We successfully made it back to Istanbul Airport, and I want to share my final thoughts on the Tour Istanbul experience. Overall, to answer the question, was it worth it? It was free, so yes. Honestly, for me, the only kind of downside to this tour was that you didn't really get a lot of information about what you were actually seeing. And just to clarify, this program is only available to people who are flying on Turkish Airlines with a layover in Istanbul that is between 6 and 24 hours. Tour Istanbul is absolutely free for absolutely everyone. This was not any sort of sponsored post at all. I just think it's a really incredible program that they offer, and I don't really know of any other airlines or airports that offer something like this. I mean, even our dinner was free, which is really incredible. Even though this stint in Istanbul was extremely short, my shortest yet in a new country, it's not the end. I will be back here in Istanbul for another layover, this time staying overnight. However, I have quite a few stops between now and then, so make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the very cool videos that are coming. The music in this video was my original song, The Name, which you can find on all streaming services. I've also linked it in the video description. Please make sure to follow me on Spotify if you haven't already, and I've linked my Instagram down below as well so we can keep in touch.
I'm working on my my foreign